I don't know how much better you can make it. Well, you could.
Yeah, I think there's some room to grow.
Do you dare mock me?
Yeah, that's my job here. Hello and welcome back to the New Wave Nerds. I'm Brennan Sam.
And I'm Shayde Sam. Go like and subscribe for more nerd content and commentary.
And today we're going to be reviewing Ne Zha II, which was released in 2025. And in it, after a great catastrophe, the souls of Nezha and Aobing are saved, but their bodies face ruin. To give them new life, Taiyi Zhenren turns to the mystical seven-colored lotus in a daring bid to rebuild them and change their fate. Now, we reviewed the first movie of this a couple months ago.
Yeah,
quite a while ago.
It's been a minute.
It took us a while to get there, but we're finally coming back to the series. We were really excited when we first watched this to be able to review the second one. Shayde, now that we've watched it a second time, do you think it holds up to the way you remembered it?
Yes, it definitely does. It brought me back to the first time that I watched it. Of course, I had more, I was a little more picky with it my second go around, but still the same beautiful things that I loved about it about watching it the first time. Nothing really changed. I don't have any discrepancies. Wow. Ooh, I almost had that big word, guys. There's no bad things about this film that I just can say. You know, I mean, I still love this film. I don't have really any criticisms.
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. We really enjoyed the first one. I think this one is even better than that. I think it's obviously a much more grand story. This is definitely more of an epic than the first one, whereas the first one felt more personal, which I think obviously worked in that one's favor. So this is definitely lacking a little bit in some of the personality and the personal storytelling, but storytelling. But it is incredible. It looks beautiful. It just so good, and there are some emotional moments still.
Yeah, no, there's a pretty heavy amount of emotional moments. Of course, you know, I'm a sucker for emotional moments in movies. Tear up sometimes. You know, it just happens. It's part of being a man. But in this film, it got me again. I didn't fully tear up like the first time, but, you know, it was there. I felt that tightness in my throat.
Mm-hmm. I will definitely say on second viewing, it was because you know what's coming and you know what's happening. It doesn't hit quite as hard as that first time. I remember when we watched this for the first time, we watched it together at our grandparents' house.
Oh, right, yeah.
And that was a crazy experience.
That was. There's surround sound up in there.
Oh, dude, I'm so jealous.
It's great. It was great.
But at this point, I think we're going to go ahead and transition to the spoiler-filled section. So if you haven't seen Ne Zha II yet, turn it off. Turn this video off.
Take it off.
Watch it. Come back. We'll be here. This is definitely a duology, which will almost certainly be a trilogy. That is worth viewing. It's just so amazing.
I hope it is just the perfect trilogy. I hope number 3 is as good as the first two.
I hope it's better.
I hope it's better, but I wasn't gonna say better just because I don't know how much better you can make it. Well, you could.
Yeah, I think there's some room to grow.
Do you dare mock me?
Yeah, that's my job here. That's my job on the pod is to mock you. But no, it's really good. The first one is really available. It's basically everywhere. Ne Zha II is actually only available on like HBO.
Yeah.
Which it used to be available everywhere. But still, give it a watch if you can. It's worth it.
I couldn't watch it on Amazon Prime or Hulu because I didn't have that extension, so I had to buy it.
You bought this one?
Yeah.
You don't have HBO?
Well, I do, but something's wrong with it, and I can't sign back in.
All right. We'll figure that out later. That's not important to this movie. So let's jump into the spoiler section. What do you want to attack first?
Man,
I started stealing your words. We spent too much time together. Where now I'm like, let's attack this, which I never used to say that.
Stamp it.
You're not gonna make it a thing, buddy.
Okay, so of course I think the most important part about this film is the animation.
Of course.
It's gorgeous animation. Some hard work went into these films. It's just beautiful. Head to toe. It's great.
It is. And even, the first one looked good. It looked incredible. This one just looks so much better. The quality of the animation, because I watched them back to back, the increase in quality is insane. Especially when you see like the water effects in this one versus the first one, you can definitely see where that extra budget went. And so I'm scared to see like what the third one is going to look like.
Yeah.
Because this movie made about $800,000 billion.
Wow.
So
yeah.
I'm curious, like, I have to imagine that the budget for the third one is going to increase.
This was an Oscar nominee, wasn't it?
No, I don't believe so. I think it
Oh.
was, it might have been like the official Chinese submission or something like that, but it was not at the Oscars, if I remember correctly.
Oh, I thought it was competing against Demon Hunters.
You could, I don't think so.
Okay.
But it was not nominated for an Oscar. No.
Dang. Should have been.
Could have been.
Coulda, woulda, shoulda.
Yeah, I guess it would have been up against K-pop Demon Hunters, probably. Again, unless there's I don't know. Not important.
Yeah, no.
Not important. I do like K-pop Demon Hunters.
Yeah. I still have to watch it.
K-pop Demon Hunters is better as a standalone, whereas I think these two movies, like Ne Zha and Ne Zha II, you should really view them back to back. And I mean, not back to back, but you should view them with each other. I don't think... Maybe the first one, I don't know if this one is as strong as it is. Like if you were just to come in and watch Ne Zha II, I feel like you would miss a lot of the emotional moments and a lot of the growth. I mean, the thing with Shungang Bao, a lot of the stuff with Nezha and Aobing, even the stuff with like the parents and Taiyi Zhenren, a lot of that stuff would have been lost.
Yeah.
Just because that's all built up in the first movie. So I don't know if this one works necessarily as a standalone.
Okay, that's fair and that's understandable. I mean, yeah, right off the bat of the film, you just leave off from what happened from the first one, you know.
Pretty much.
So it's pretty fair assumption.
One thing that I really like in this movie and in the first one is that recurring imagery of the lotus. It just looks so beautiful, and in this, like it just looks fantastic. There's the fire lotus itself is great. One thing that I didn't notice, and this is a design aspect that was like kind of spooky, is when we get to the Tian Yuan cauldron or whatever. I didn't realize the first time that was the same cauldron that distilled the chaos orb into the demon pearl and the spirit orb.
Oh.
Like in that opening cinematic when they're doing all the exposition about it's the same thing. And I didn't realize that.
Okay, I didn't either.
But in this one, you know, the climax of the movie is that we're inside the cauldron.
Yeah.
Because everybody's about to get condensed into Viagra or whatever. They're immortality pills. Everybody's going to get condensed. But what you see when this big head baby, when he starts the process, though all of the interior walls of the cauldron are like faces that light up and breathe out the fire. And in my head, I don't know what those actually are, but I'm like, oh my God, those are the remnants of all of the souls that were vaporized in this cauldron to make these 1,000 immortality pills.
Holy crap. That's cool.
Now I don't know if that's actually what they are, but in my head, that's what I was like, oh my God.
No, that's a pretty cool assumption. I mean, that could be spot on. It sounds pretty accurate, you know, thinking about it. You're burnt, you're toasted, you're gone, you're stuck to a wall. So be it.
Well, the thing is, the reason I think it's like just the remnants of the soul is because like most of the soul obviously gets turned into the immortality pills, and their body just like vaporizes, like they turn into dust. So that could be nothing. But in my head, I was like, oh yeah, that makes that sufficiently like even more dark than what actually we're seeing right now.
Well, you bring up the element of the lotus flower. And that is a point of the art that I kind of wanted to talk about, which was the elements. But I, sorry about that, guys.
They didn't need to know that.
Was just the full elements. We get fire, water, electricity, and wood, earth, wood. Wood is
well, and we do get earth from the mountain lady,
the wood benders. Hey, buddy.
There's so many jokes I could make.
But yeah, I mean, we get some really cool elements in here, and the way they go about the animation for them is just spectacular.
Yeah. Sorry, and wind because of the lady with the wings.
Right. I forgot about the wind. Yeah, I mean, it's really cool seeing all these elements come. What are, really quick, to cut off my own point, do you remember all the elements we saw in the first movie? It was just fire and water, wasn't it?
Pretty much just fire and water, yeah, because it's mostly just Nezha and Aobing. We don't really get to see much. I think, well, Shen Gongbao, he might use lightning,
Mm.
Which would make sense because it's his dad who uses the lightning in this one.
Yeah.
But it's not necessarily like a big aspect of his character. Shen Gong Bao mostly just uses the sword, and the sword has lightning.
Okay, that does make sense. But yeah,
To reiterate, I think it's just those two that we see in the first one, which again makes sense because it's a more personal story, whereas this one is
war,
grand and epic. It's the beginning of war.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And the casualties of war in this are sad. I mean, when
are
sad. When we see his village just turn to ash,
everybody.
I remember when we first watched it, when we saw that actually like come to light, I was like, whoa, this is pretty heavy.
Yeah.
There's a heavy amount of dark moments in this film for a kids film. Back to the art though.
Well, same thing we talk about with like Avatar. The whole basis of Avatar The Last Airbender is genocide.
That's fair. Yeah.
Anyways, the art.
The elements just looked absolutely gorgeous, but if there's one element that I just thought they perfected was the water.
Mm-hmm.
Like when Ne Zha's best friend who uses the water, Aobing, when his dad uses makes the water sword, coolest thing of all time.
It's incredible.
And not only that, but the mechanics that go into like the motion they use to like conjure up, whether it's the fire, the water, the lightning. It's really creative. It reminds me of Avatar, how they use like classic martial arts as a way of like producing the fire or the water or earth or the wind, and I thought that was just so cool when I saw how they do it. It's very interesting.
No, I agree. It is very similar. The main differentiation point in this is like sometimes there's like an incantation that goes along within this. It's almost like they're more channeling magic, whereas in Avatar it's like the power to bend is ingrained within them. And in this it's similar as well, but you have to almost call on that. Like, we even talked about this in the first one. The Chin Kun Hoop or whatever, which is the thing that controls Ne Zha's ability and stops him from going crazy. I don't remember. It's like seeing stars and see moon and sun and moon and sea and stars or something, like sea and sand. I don't know. Chin Kun Hoop, obey my command is the way that ends.
What did you just say? Like, what are you talking about?
I was talking about the fact that they use incantations, but I couldn't remember the incantation halfway through.
Yeah.
I remembered the end. But I think that's interesting is that it's a way of blending like the more elemental thing with just the magic itself, and that makes it different from Avatar, other than the fact that Avatar is obviously very Japanese inspired, whereas this is Chinese.
Yeah. That makes sense. They're a fun comparison to do.
Right from the beginning, it's different from the first one because it's not like a personal story of him just being himself and learning. He has to go through a set amount of trials to be able to get this MacGuffin to save his homie. And then halfway through, it completely shifts because Chentong Pass gets destroyed.
Okay. Yeah, I did like that aspect of the film. We get, first of all, like the relationship between Ne Zha and
Aobing,
homeboy Aobing, is so strong and great in this, and then when the whole shift does happen, we get Ne Zha, he's angry, and then he tells Aobing further on, we are enemies,
right? Because real quick, just to if you've seen the movie but it's been a while, just to remind you, the reason that happens is because, like I said, Chentong Pass gets destroyed and everybody thinks it's the Lungs, the dragons, specifically Aobing's father. And so that's when Ne Zha is like, he's basically, I'm going to kill your dad.
Yeah.
Sorry, buddy. My parents are dead. So are yours. We're not friends anymore. We're enemies. And Aobing is constantly like, wait, let me talk to him.
Yeah, I mean, which, if he talked to his father, probably could have figured it out.
We would have learned.
But, I mean, question is, would Ne Zha believe him?
Well, at that point, Aobing hadn't even been reformed. So he was still in the process of being reformed, and then he had to go. And so it clearly did take a long time because Ne Zha first had to go and finish the third trial, to be able to get the elixir to make it so that Aobing could be reformed. And then he like had to go back to Chengtong Pass, and then he had to race all the way to the Long Palace.
Yeah.
So I don't know how far that distance is, but homie was not just actually. He wasn't gestating all that long in the first place.
Okay.
Now that I think about it,
Everywhere's like a block away.
there are a few like plot hole issues in this. Just in this, like right in the beginning, when the homies are getting reformed in the first place, like his parents can fly.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Which that didn't make much sense because they're just kind of like people. They're just like generals.
Yeah, that's fair.
But maybe I'm just missing something.
Well, yeah, I'm missing something here too. I don't know why they were flying either, thinking about it.
There was another one while we were watching the movie where I was like, huh. But now I can't remember what it was. Well, I was watching the movie. We didn't watch it together this time.
No, loser. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I mean, some plot holes.
Yeah, but to get back to the root of my structure point, the reason I bring that up is because I do like it a lot. Obviously, like I said, the first one is a very personal story. This one feels more grand and epic. In some ways, to me, this one is almost more of like what you might think of as like a hero's journey, because it's like, I need to go off and I need to complete these trials. But it's also subverted in a way because Ne Zha himself, who would be going on the hero's journey, can't do it. So Aobing has to do it for him. But in the end, Ne Zha is the one who completes the final trial and is ultimately the one who saves the day.
Yeah.
It's a really weird structure and formula that they use, but I think it works really well because of like the fact that there's these twists and turns.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, Ne Zha kind of in a way steals the spotlight. In a way.
Yeah.
Takes it straight from Aobing.
In what way do you mean?
Aobing did all that work.
Yeah, but I mean, ultimately, when you think about the end, the only reason they win is because Ne Zha basically rips himself to shreds and then reforms himself using holy fire.
Oh, yeah.
And then it's because of him that they actually break open the cauldron in the first place. And he's also the one who's like, well, this sucks. I'm going to basically remake the whole world. Like, without Ne Zha, Aobing would not do that. Without Ne Zha, Aobing would have probably succeeded in being like the big hero of the whole world, which would have furthered his dad's plans, which would have furthered everybody else's plans. And ultimately, the whole world would be thrown in chaos because of whatever Wu Liang is doing or whatever.
What did you think of... I almost said Shen Gong Gong. What did you think of Shen
Gong Bao.
Gong Bao in this film?
I like Shen Gong Bao in this. One thing I liked is that in this, and this is for Aoguang, Aobing's dad, and Shen Gong Bao, we learn that both of them aren't like the villains that we think they are necessarily. Like, none of that really exists in the first movie, but we find out that Aoguang like sacrificed himself, well, his whole people, so that he wouldn't die, and it's really like his siblings that have been manipulating this from the beginning. We find out that Shen Gong Bao has a family, and he actually has a heart. Like, because Ne Zha's dad does something nice for Shen Gong Bao's younger brother, Shen Gong Bao, so many syllables, dude. He actually, sends out for medicine and stuff and like tries to help them out. And obviously he gets mad when he finds out that he thinks that Ne Zha killed his brother and his dad.
Yeah, understandably so.
But I really like the development of that character. And I really liked when we last see him in the full movie, not the post-credit scene, but we last see him in the full movie where he sacrifices himself so that Ne Zha's parents can live, because he's like, well, my whole family's dead. I have nothing to live for. And so he goes and it tries to attack the 3 bad dragons.
Yeah.
I thought it was really, really interesting. And I am really, really interested in seeing like where he goes in the future.
Me too.
Like, what's his role going to be in the third one?
I hope he stays an ally to Ne Zha and his family now, Because I liked him a little bit more, not heroic, but having sympathy and having this need to help them, you
Right.
know, which is literally a hero.
Well, he's definitely still not a hero because he's still trying to do this evil plan. He stole the spirit pearl in the first place. Like, if it weren't for what he did, everything would probably be like all right, more or less. But it is interesting to see him not as just the one-note villain that he was in the first one.
Yeah.
I definitely agree with that. And as far as where he's going to go in the third one, I kind of think so. In the post-credit scene, we find out that Shengong Bao has been captured by Wu Liang and is basically rotting in prison with his dad, who we also thought was dead, but is apparently not dead. And Wu Liang is like, well, I need a demon for this thing, which we don't know necessarily what that is. If you let me put a curse on you, then I'll let your dad go free, and he'll be welcome here in the palace. Yuzhu, I think it's called.
Okay.
Yuzhu, I think. But he's like, well, he'll be welcome in the heavenly city so long as you let me put a curse on you. So my thinking is that Wu Liang is going to put a curse on Shengong Bao to make him do what he wants, maybe like a slave rune like we saw in the first movie or something along those lines, so that he can use Shengong Bao as like the catalyst to start what they call the Great War. They mentioned it a couple times in this movie, twice, I think. And in another movie that is made from the same studio and set in the same universe, they mention the destruction of the Great War. So I think Shengong Bao is going to unwillingly be the thing which starts the Great War. But obviously he's not going to want to do it, but it's going to be the type of thing where he's like, I had to save my family. And Ne Zha, who's going to have some personal growth, is like, you know what, I understand. I almost destroyed everything. I was going to kill the Lungs because I thought that they killed my family. So I understand where you're coming from. And so then they will eventually all unite to fight Wu Liang.
Okay. I like that. You see, I like that. Yeah, I don't want to see him turn fully back into a villain. You know, I want to see him have that character development stay. You know, I don't want it to just completely disappear, which I don't think they would do. But
I don't think so either.
But you never know. You know?
My guess is, he will, when we first see him, he will probably be a straight up villain. And then we will find out that it's because of some curse that Wu Liang put on him, and they'll have to break the curse or something along those lines.
Okay. I'd be fine with that.
If I had to guess. I know that this is loosely based on like a novel. I believe it's called Investiture of the Gods. So the story is already somewhat written. Although just based off a brief Google search, I know that they did change some things. Okay. Like apparently in the novel, Ne Zha kills Aobing when they first meet. So that's obviously very different.
Huh.
There are a lot of similarities though. I haven't read the book, so that's based off a Wikipedia summary, which could be wrong. But anyways, so yeah, I'm curious. I don't think he's going to be a full villain. I think it is going to be a moment where Ne Zha is like, I finally understand you. And he's going to come full circle, and all of them are going to unite to end the Great War or whatever. But I think they're going to fail. They're not going to be able to do it in time, and that's why the Great War is going to start. Like, I think Shengong Bao, like I said, is going to be the catalyst. Maybe the beginning is them, like, trying to free him to stop this happening, and then the midpoint, they fail. The Great War starts. Maybe some big old giant demon comes out from the depths, and then whatever that is, that demon is the main villain for the second half of the movie.
Okay. Cool. All right. That's cool.
It's my guess, again, based off of nothing but conjecture.
What do I know?
So, do you want to move into best actor, best scene?
Yeah. I got some words.
Okay. Who did you think was the best actor in the movie?
Best actor would have to Shengong Bao.
Really?
I really liked his acting. The reason why I bring him up to you is because he is one of my favorite characters in this film. You know, his character development, the way he's played, his character design is really fun. The idea he could turn from, what is he? Is he a panther?
He's a jaguar, I think.
Or jaguar?
A jaguar demon or something.
Okay, yeah. You know, how his culture or
species. He's a demon.
Yeah, or a species can transform like that. I like that, you know.
Well, I don't think it's that he can just transform. I think it's like the disguise spell. Like, it's magic. Like,
that's right.
If it weren't for that, he would be just like a humanoid jaguar. But he learned the magic to be able to make himself look like a human so that he could eventually become an immortal.
Right. And another, like, Ne Zha has great character development in this, and so does
Aobing.
Aobing.
You
I
forgot his
know.
name every time we said it in the first review, too.
I don't know why I can't get it down. Whoa.
Pause.
Took too
They are
many.
like 3 years old in this movie, dude.
Sorry. Okay, point is Aobing great. I loved him in this film. I think his character development is phenomenal. There we go. As I was gonna say, Ne Zha and Aobing, they have great character development, of course. So does his parents. But I just think Shen Gongbao's was great in this. The development from villain to sympathetic and kind of a little more understanding in that moment to tragedy to understanding the good side and joining their forces. You know, I like that, and I thought that was phenomenal character development for him, and I think he is the best actor in this film.
I think that's really fair. I wouldn't have picked that personally, but now that you phrase it like that, I mean, he does have great development. He's much better in this than he is in the first one. And part of that's the writing, and part of that is I actually think I like the voice actor in the second one more than the first one. I do think I kind of have to go basic though and go Ne Zha.
Yeah, okay,
you know what I
that's
mean?
fair.
Like it's basic because he's the title character, but the emotional development that he goes throughout this is really powerful. All of the moments where I was like, "Oh, this could be the best scene," were basically built around him.
Yeah.
He's just so great, and it's that moment. And again, part of it's the visuals as well, like because he's the main character. So many of these incredible visuals are based around him. I would have also given honorable mention to Aobing. I don't think Aobing has as much growth in this movie as he does in the first one, but like you said, to be able to see that relationship is really, really good. And the other honorable mention would be Ao Guang, Aobing's dad. Because, again, in the first movie, he is just one-dimensional, like Shen Gongbao. But in this one, you realize and learn, like, just how much he actually loves his son.
Okay.
And to me, that's really powerful.
Another character that I was competing with, sorry, my bad, that I was competing with is Aobing's dad. You know, I figured he played a really good role in this too. His time at, like, his scenes as the dragon at the start of the film are great. His emotion, his anger, like the actor when it comes to Aobing's father's anger is so good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I feel like he also deserves some props for this, and so does the pig guy.
Taiyi Zhenren.
Yeah, he always is great. Not like phenomenal like voice acting, but it's there. You know, and I figure his voice fits the character very well.
I think the acting is good. I think the part is not as written quite as well as everybody else, because a lot of what Taiyi Zhenren does is just comedic relief.
Yeah.
Where to me, I'm like, he's the master. I feel like he should be doing a little bit more personally. In this and in the first one, I do feel like he's not utilized very well.
No.
But I do like the character. I'm curious to see. I just want to see where everybody ends up in the third one.
This film has great character work. It's got great character design. I love the armor on Aobing's father. You know, he's got beautiful armor in human form. When he's a dragon, he's like naked.
Well, yeah, but even the design of the dragon is great.
The design of the dragons are cool.
All of the dragons look good.
It's pretty good.
Even like the weird little ones that don't have names.
Yeah.
Even they look really good.
Yeah, no. Well, not to mention the army itself.
Of demons
from down under. Like
from down under, the Aussies. The Aussie octopus.
Just a bunch of
anybody want a bite? There's enough of me to go around.
I thought
if anybody's eating me, it's gonna be me.
What?
Yummy. That's a line of the movie.
Oh yeah.
Because he burns himself on the fire and he's like, oh man, I taste good. Anyways,
I
had a lot of fun with that down under joke. All of our Australian listeners are pissed.
Sorry, guys. Shrimp on the Barbie.
Wow,
I can't do an Australian accent. Anyway,
shrimp on the Barbie.
the turtles, the snapping turtles. You know, the army. There was sharks. There was crocodiles. I'm pretty sure.
Whole bunch of animals.
Yeah. The design for them are really cool. You know, I love the armor that's on them. I like the design work that they did for them. great work in this film when it comes to the art and the animation. Again,
Definitely.
beautiful.
All right, so let's go ahead and move things on. Shade, what do you think is the best scene in the movie?
Well, that's a tough one, but I think I would have to go with the ending fight scene between Ne Zha and Wood Guy.
Wu Liang.
Big baby old man.
Yeah.
Wu Liang.
Although that fight scene is when he hulks out.
That is true, and that was pretty sick. You know, but like the reason why that's my favorite scene is because of how like kind of scary that that he takes that form of that wooden dragon, and he's like in the clouds, you know, and there's lightning that strikes, and you just see the eyes, and you see the shape of the dragon's head, and that's when he comes at you.
Well, does that I don't think the wooden dragon happens at the end. I think that happens with the destruction of Shentong Pass. I think at the end, it's just when he hulks out, and he's used in the branches a bunch, but I don't think he really makes a shape with them. I think it's just like a big ball.
That's
ball
right.
branches.
That's right. So yeah, that the scene where he does dragon out, Hulk out, dragon out.
Dragging out these balls. All right.
Good one.
You can tell I paused because I was like, should I say this? Anyways.
Yeah, I just love the suspense in that scene, the fear it induced, the heartbreak, you know. It was just a very emotional and well scripted scene.
Definitely. Yeah, I think that's a great scene. I think I like both of those scenes as well. Neither of them were my top picks, but those are really good picks. It's funny that you went for like the big fight scene and I went for the emotional moments.
Yeah.
Because ultimately what I think is the best scene is the death of Lady Yin, of Ne Zha's mom. To me, it's so powerful, especially with the fact that she is about to like be vaporized. And at the time, Ne Zha's got the heart-piercing curse or whatever. So these jagged, like basically glass shards are sticking out of his body. But she gives him a hug and she's like, I just want one last hug with my baby. And he is crying and he's like, all I wanted was to make you proud. And to me, that's so powerful. It's the only time that we really see emotion come out of the father. Like there are moments where you would think emotional things would happen, but he keeps this facade of composure. Like even when he finds out his son is going to die in the first one, he's like, I will take this burden upon myself. But in this moment, he knows there's nothing that anybody can do. I just have to sit here and watch my wife die while everybody else around us slowly dies. And then obviously after that happens, we get the moment where Ne Zha completes his full transformation, which sick power-up sequence.
Great.
My honorable mention was going to be the scene, I can't remember exactly where this is, but it's when Taiyi Zhenren and Ne Zha with Aobing in his body are in the Yuju Palace, and they're having like the meeting of the 12 masters, and Ne Zha is about to speak with his two older brothers, and he like sort of falls apart. Like he's like, Aobing, I need you to do this for me. And so Aobing has the meeting, and then afterwards, Ne Zha is like, again, one of the few moments where we see him cry. We get a call back to the first movie where he's like, oh, I've got eyes in my sand. And that's when he decides a moment where he's like, I'm going to be an immortal. I'm going to do this. I'm going to just change my fate. Ultimately, the reason that I didn't pick that is, one, it's not as emotional as when they're in the cauldron and everybody's dying. And two, ultimately, in this movie, the storyline with the brothers didn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
In the post-credit scene, we see that they are going to meet with Wu Liang, which makes me think that Wu Liang is going to tell them a lie, and he's going to send Ne Zha's two brothers against him, which has the potential to be super powerful.
Yeah.
But in this movie, it doesn't go anywhere, and so I couldn't, in good conscience, really give it to that. If their storyline in the third movie is really, really good, then I'll be willing to be like retroactively be like, okay, that might be the best scene.
Okay.
But as it stands right now, it's got to be the death of Lady Yin.
Fair point. Okay, that's a fair scene. That scene is very emotional.
Oh yeah,
very well written.
It's again visually beautiful.
Visually, yeah. I mean, there's no doubts about that. It's great.
Mm-hmm. So I think we're going to end things out. Shay, do you have any final thoughts on Ne Zha II?
Go watch it. Go see it. It's great. It's beautiful. Watch the first one first if you haven't seen it. But after that, watch the second one.
The first one's shorter than this one, so
Yeah, honestly, back to back. Just do it. Have fun, you know?
I would, when they do the third one, I would like to do them all back to back.
Yeah.
That would be a fun marathon.
That would be pretty cool.
Wouldn't it?
Because, again, they tie into each other right away, these
pretty much.
These two, you know? So go see it. Go have a good time. After that, go watch K-pop Demon Hunters.
Just to throw a completely random thing in there.
You know what? If you're really down, watch all the seasons of Avatar.
And you know what? Might as well watch Star Wars: The Clone Wars.
You know what? Honestly, just go, do it.
And you know what? Maybe afterwards, if you got time, Lord of the Rings.
Sopranos.
Bob the Builder. No, yeah, these are great. I definitely agree with you. They're tremendous. I'm so excited. Again, we talked about this, I think, in the first one. We came into this not really expecting much, but you said it either at the beginning of this video or before we started. I can't remember the timeline anymore. In the video, if the third one comes out and it's even like 3/4 as good as this one, this could be one of the best trilogies I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And I've seen a lot of good trilogies. Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, hopefully Dune. The Infernal Affairs trilogy is really good. Like the Man with No Name trilogy. Like there's a lot of good ones. If the third one is good, this could be up there. It's in the conversation.
That's fair.
I don't think it'll be the best, but it's in the conversation.
Okay. That's fair. Yeah, I mean, I can if number 3 does really good. This could be one of my favorite trilogies too. Just because like if number 3 does good, that's 3 great movies, you know, that they've done. So
and no trilogy thus far has the visuals of this, I don't think.
No.
Like the Star Wars trilogy looks great, obviously. Lord of the Rings looks great. Dune looks great. All of this. But because this is an animation and because it's mythological in nature, the visuals are just insane.
Imagine if we could have saw this in theaters.
Oh,
yeah,
that would have been crazy.
Insane. In IMAX, what the hell?
I don't know if they would have made it available in IMAX, but
no. But still, the idea of
that big a screen.
Whoa. No, I mean, yeah, I wish this would have came to our theaters, but.
Yeah, I mean, we're probably like 3, 4, 5, 8 years out from Ne Zha III, but believe you me, we will be following it, and when it gets announced, we might need to get passports and go to China.
We will go to China, but we need your help to support us, so go check out our Patreon. We need money. Help us out. That was a good plug. Come on. Yo, that was great, guys. It's great.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and end things there. Let us know down below in the comments. You really threw me for a loop because I'm always the one who does the plug.
I just thought it was good.
It was fine. Yeah, it was good. It just threw me for a loop. Let us know down in the comments what you thought of Ne Zha II, what you thought of Ne Zha I. And if you're excited for Ne Zha III, what do you think they're going to do with Shen Gong Bao? How Nezha and Aobing's relationship is gonna expand? What's going to go on with the brothers? Is dad going to die? Who knows? Maybe you know because you read the books. But in any case, we're going to go ahead and end it there, and we will see you guys next time to talk more about all things nerdy.